Morning, everybody. It is June 4th, and I know many of you are getting ready to start making your school list. So I wanted to do a quick take on how you can use the medical school admissions requirement guide to help you begin to create a list of schools that match your academic profile and your mission fit. So I am currently logged into MSAR, and I have set a couple of filters. I have my profile set up in MSAR to match the typical Wayne State candidate. So I've got an MCAT score in here of a 508 and a GPA of a 3.7. So I started by setting my median MCAT filters, and this is what we're going to focus on today, is how you can interpret this data. And then I also have it set for private. Now, this range on median MCAT gives me quite a big target area, which is nice because it allows you to explore multiple schools. And private is the way to go when looking for out-of-state schools, because public schools will prioritize admitting their own state residents. So when you start expanding your school list beyond Michigan, you really want to focus on private schools. So we're going to start by looking at Albany Medical College. I use this as an example frequently because it does come up at the top of the list. When I click into it, there's a ton of data that I can use to help me decide if I'm going to apply to the school. For now, I'm going to start with some acceptance data of the first year class, and I'm going to look at our MCAT data. What I'm really focusing on right now is our bar and whiskers plot. So I am looking at their school. It has a 513 median, which is significantly higher than my 508. However, my 508 is above their 10th percentile. So what I mean by that is that even though there's a big gap between my MCAT score and the median, it is within there was a good chunk of students that were accepted in this range, right? It's between the 25th and 50th median. Now, for the majority of our schools, I want you to be between the 25th and 75th percentile, right? So our bar in our bar and whisker plot. But my 508 at this school is reasonable. I have a reasonable chance of admissions here. I do fit within the range of students that they have accepted in the past. So I might consider putting Albany on my school list. Then I'm going to go back to my search results, and I'm going to show you another example, which is Drexel University in Philadelphia. I do think this is a great fit for our students. It is in a big urban area that has similar challenges to challenges we face here in Detroit. But you're going to see something really interesting when we pull up the acceptance data and we look at that same bar and whisker plot for MCAT data for Drexel. So their median for accepted applicants is a 512. So it's actually 1 point lower than our first example of Albany. But when you look at the bar and whisker plot, you'll see that my 508 is well beyond their range. Their 10th percentile starts at a 510. So this would be a bigger stretch from just that single data point. It doesn't mean you can't apply to Drexel, but it might mean that you want to recognize how your scores fit within that, and that you really would want to make sure that a school that where you're outside their data has a really good fit for you in terms of mission, because otherwise, I think it's really a waste of an application. So that is my application tip for today. It can be summarized as, when using your MSAR, set some filters. Definitely set a filter for your private schools. And also, if you want to look at something like MCAT data, be sure you're looking deeper than just the median, that you're looking at the actual score distribution report so you can see where you fit relative to their typical admitted student. Thanks for listening, and good luck with applications as always.